Hello, beautiful people. You're welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Bola. If you are coming across my channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. And to my returning subscribers, I welcome you back again to another tutorial. So today I'll be showing you how I achieved this beautiful rose design, and I'll be attaching it to an off-shoulder sleeve. I'll be showing you how I achieved this beautiful rose design. The first step is to cut out your circular pattern. Get your fabrics and cut out your circular pattern, and in achieving that, you will know that we'll fold our fabrics into four. Then we take the required measurements of how big you want your rose to be. Then you cut out. That's the first step. You'll be needing two pieces of this circular pattern. You'll be cutting out two pieces for the circular pattern, then an interfacing, depending on the kind of material you're working with. Because I worked with an Ankara fabric, I needed an interfacing to make the fabric more stable. You're going to iron your interfacing to the fabric, then you sew round, you sew it, then you cut out the length of the fabric needed for the pleats, because you'll be pleating round the circle. You cut out the required fabric needed to do the pleats. Then you'll be arriving at the rose design. After making your pleats, you get the required rose design. Anyway, I'm still going to show you in this video how I achieved this. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please, before you go, kindly click on the subscribe button, like, share my videos. Thank you very much. I'm on the cutting table now, and I have my fabric folded into four. I already folded my fabric into four. I first of all folded into two, then I fold over again to make it into four. You're just going to fold your fabric just as the way you will cut your circular for your flay, the way you cut your peplum flay. Okay, so the next step now is to take the desired length of your rose design. Because I actually wanted a very exaggerated rose design, I wanted a very big rose design, so I went ahead in marking out 9 inches. So I'll be taking that round, just like so. I'll be taking the 9 inches round my fabrics, just like so. You can decide to use a lesser inches depending on what you want. You can decide to reduce your inches, but because I actually wanted the rose to be very big, but when I cut out and I open up, I discovered that the 9 inches I cut out was actually is way too bigger than what I wanted, the fabric the fabric I have to do my pleats. I don't have enough fabric for the 9 inches, so I have to reduce it to 7 inches. But depending on what you have, just as I've said earlier, you can decide to go with 5 inches. I think 5 inches is still fine, and if you still want an exaggerated rose design, you can cut as many inches as you require. The next thing for me to do now is to cut out. After cutting it out, I'll then open it up. I've opened it up now, and that is one of the piece for my circular pattern. That is one of the piece I have for my circular pattern. I'll then fold back. I'll fold back because I'll be needing two pieces. I'll be needing two pieces of that. I'll fold back and I'll cut for the second piece. I'll fold back, place it on the fabric to cut out the second piece. So I haven't cut out, and I have two pieces of my circular pattern. And I have two pieces of my circular pattern. The next thing for me to do is to cut out my interfacing. Because of the kind of fabric I'm working with, I'll cut out an interfacing just to make the fabric more stable. So I already cut out my interfacing, and I'm going to be ironing it to one of the Ankara piece. I'll be ironing the interfacing to one of the Ankara piece. If you look at the interfacing, we have the shining part and the dull part. I'll be ironing the shining part to the Ankara piece, to the wrong side of the Ankara piece. Okay, so I'll then, you notice that I still have my paper on the Ankara pattern. I'll be removing that with my iron. You know, the iron will do justice to that, just to remove that paper. So I'm going to be sewing the two pieces together, and I'll be leaving a little opening for me to turn out. I'll be sewing the two pieces together. Just as I have said, I'll use my iron to remove the paper before I sew the two pieces. Then I'll be leaving out a space where I'll be turning out from that opening. I won't sew everything all round. I'll just leave out a space to turn it out. And this is my piece. This is the piece I'll be using for my pleats. I've already cut out the pleats, and the length of the piece is 45 inches. I'm using 45 by 6.5 inches width. I actually cut out three pieces of that. I'm going to open it up now, and the next thing for me to do is to fold over into two. I'm just showing you how I would be sewing it. I'll fold into two. I'll fold to the wrong side. I'm going to sew on the side, and I'll tidy up the rough edges before I start to make my pleats on my circular pattern. I'll be folding into two like that. So I'm going to sew it down, then open it at the other end, then tidy up the rough edges. I'll iron it out to to straighten it and to make it neater. Then I'll take my circular pattern, and I'll be pleating on my circular pattern. I've actually sewn the two pieces together now, and I've turned it out to the right side, and I've ironed it down to make it neater. And then the next thing for me to do is to go to the midpoint of the fabric, the midpoint of the circular pattern. I'm just going to trace out. I'll just be I'll eyeball it the way I want my pleats to go on the pattern. I'll just make a circular pattern all round it. So when I want to pleat, I'll be pleating on the lines on the lines. So when I want to do my pleating, I'll just be following the line, and I'll be pleating like so. I just, from the midpoint of the fabric, I just make a spiral, just like a circular pattern, just the way I'm doing it. So I'll just be pleating on that line. I'll be starting my pleat from the end of the fabric, and I'll be finishing it up to the midpoint. I'll be ending my pleats to the midpoint. So I've done that, and this is what I achieved at the end of the day. This is the final result of our rose design. So I'll be attaching this rose design to my off-shoulder sleeve. Thank you very much if you have stayed with me to this time, and I will see you on my next tutorial. Thank you. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please, before you go, kindly click on the subscribe button, like, share my videos. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. And bye for now. God bless you. Bye.